I want to thank you on behalf of my colleagues for all the love and support over the years. We would not be here doing this work without you. So thank you. Thank you for being patient with us. Thank you for the support. We can't do this job without you, and you are an integral part of our public service. So if we could, a round of applause for our family and friends here today for us. This is the fourth time I'm honored to be the Speaker of the House, and I know that Oregonians across the state are expecting us to listen well, to listen to everyone, and find solutions through respectful debate. So I know that all of us are up to that task, and I have 4 requests of you today to help us do that work. First, I would ask that you please don't be afraid to listen. Active listening is an important part of good policy making. Second, I would ask that you not be afraid to listen to different perspectives, because all voices in this chamber and in this Capitol need to be heard. Third, I would ask you not to be afraid to engage in robust debates. We must not shy away from any difficult conversation if we are to do our work. And fourth, I would ask that you not be afraid to be kind to each other and to have respectful conversations, even when the rest of the world is telling us to do otherwise. Because if we do those things together, I believe we, as a legislative assembly, will be successful. How we treat others and how we treat the staff who work in this building and how we treat the public who come here every day to advocate for their issues impacts our ability to do the work our constituents have sent us here to do. Since I have you here, I'd like to take a few minutes to address all of you about our shared responsibility to improve the workplace culture here in the Capitol. I know that we all value a workplace where everyone can feel safe from harassment and intimidation, and where everyone can do their best work for the people of this state. We have inherited systems and structures that we need to recognize as outdated, and we need to commit collectively to adopting better policies and practices to reflect the world we live in today. For those of you who have not been to my office, those who have will know that you only have to look at the size of the bathrooms in my office to understand the size of the men's bathroom versus the size of the women's bathroom, to understand that we have not always valued participation in this building equally. We all know our workplace is very complex. There's so many different people who come here every day, and as leaders, it's our responsibility to protect and support all of them. It's important to remember that we're at the top of the food chain here in this building. Our power and our privilege affect everyone who works in this building and who visits this building. The problem of poor Capitol culture starts with us. Having a good Capitol culture starts with us. And if anyone is sitting here on the floor today thinking we're not part of the problem, I would ask that you catch yourself. We are part of the problem if each of us is not modeling the best behavior. We are part of the problem if we're not intervening when we witness inappropriate behavior. And we are definitely part of the problem if we are engaging in inappropriate behavior. We all have a part to play in improving our workplace, and every one of us has to step up to make it happen. The good thing is that the upside of all of this is that the Senate President and I, and our really hardworking staff, are providing solutions for all of us to do a better job. We have better mandatory trainings, and we also have a set of recommendations from outside experts to help us find ways to improve our workplace culture. So this week, you're scheduled to have about 10 hours of mandatory training to help you be part of the solution. And I'm just going to run through them because we haven't had a chance to actually talk about this. On Tuesday morning, we're all going to participate in a training entitled Building Full Inclusion at the State Capitol. I would say consider this a training for a foundation for everything else we're going to do. The goals of that training are to improve our personal awareness about inclusion, deepen our understanding about the value of inclusion to the legislature's success, and prepare us to take action to help ensure that equity is a lived reality in this Capitol. On Wednesday morning, and this will be depending upon the federal shutdown, whether or not we will actually have the training on Wednesday, we're going to participate in the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission's Respectful Workplace Training. The branch in the building have already had the training. The Capitol Club and members of your staff will also be having the training. This training utilizes national best practices and focuses less on what not to do and more on what we as supervisors and leaders should be doing as it pertains to respect in the workplace. It will help train us to stop hostile actions before they start by learning ways to treat everyone with dignity and respect. And this training, if it's not happening this week, will be rescheduled as soon as possible when we can, when the trainers are available. On Wednesday afternoon, we're going to participate in the branch's members as managers training so we understand our roles and responsibilities for maintaining a safe and supportive workplace. And finally, all day on Thursday, the National Institute for Civil Discourse will lead us through the training to help us keep civility front and center as we work to solve problems. We all know we work in a very difficult and emotional environment, and so anytime we can find some additional tools to help us work together is beneficial, because we need to be able to understand and appreciate everybody's perspectives. So I know this is a lot of work to do, and I know it's going to make for an exhausting week, and it's work worth doing. So I want to thank you ahead of time for the work you're going to put in. My expectation for each of you is that you will engage fully and seriously in the educational opportunities that we have coming up this week. It's really important, so thank you for taking them seriously. Our work to improve our workplace culture starts with this improved slate of training. However, this alone will not improve our culture here. Fortunately, we have a strong set of recommendations from the Oregon Law Commission that the Joint Committee on Capital Culture will start to review next week. And that committee will be changed later this week to be evenly split between both caucuses. It'll be 3 Democrats and 3 Republicans, and that change will be coming later in the week. The Commission's recommendations are an achievable roadmap that will help us to have the best Capitol in the nation to work in. And if you haven't had a chance yet, please do read the report from the Law Commission. It's my hope that we will move forward with all the recommendations as soon as possible out of the Capital Culture Committee. I'm confident that working together, we can make the changes necessary for our Capitol. I know we want to have the model workplace that we all want to have, and I think we can get there. So I want to thank you for your attention. I appreciate your patience as I went a little bit into business here. Congratulations for being here today. We have a huge responsibility to represent our districts in the best way possible. And I know that we have great people in this chamber today, and I look forward to being with you on the journey ahead of us. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.